Hello, it's Jan and Quinn again. Today we're going to try some baking things. And the reason we're baking is we're trying some unusual ingredients. And Quinn's washing her hands since we're cooking, so she's going to get her hands washed while I show you the ingredients. For the first bread, we're going to make ice cream bread. And that's the unusual ingredient. You're going to need self-rising flour. That's really important that you use self-rising flour. You need sugar. You need a teeny tiny pan. It's a teeny tiny loaf pan. It's like a 5 by 4. There, you can see it there, that little one. And you need just a cup of ice cream. You need some cooking spray to spray your pan. So we're going to try it. We haven't made it before, so we're going to give it a shot and see what happens. It only has those 3 ingredients in it. And we're going to start. So Quinn's going to dump 3/4 cups self-rising flour into our bowl. She's already measured it out, so we just need to dump that in. And then we're gonna combine the cup of ice cream, and the ice cream is melted. Well, it's not melted; it's just softened. And one of the tips that I saw, it says just try to just let it soften at room temperature. Don't put it in the microwave, because putting it in the microwave would just make it like too melty. And a tablespoon of sugar. And you're just going to combine those things in your bowl. And now we already broke one of the rules one of the tips was that it says if you use ice cream that has mix-ins, it might the mix-ins might like sink to the bottom and get a little bit sticky. It says it'll still taste good. And so when I was looking for ice cream, Quinn and I both love chocolate. So the ice cream we got was chocolate with some fudge bits in it. And we actually tried it, of course, and amazing. So we're not sure why we're even wasting it in the bread, but alrighty. We also need a tablespoon of sugar. And it just takes these 3 ingredients. I have a feeling that when we go to mix it, it's going to be a little bit tricky to mix in the ice cream and the flour. So we're just going to combine it. She's going to mix it up with the wooden spoon, and we'll let her get to that. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. We've got it mixed up. And actually, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be to combine it. So now we're going to transfer it to the pan. It's this little tiny loaf pan here. If you need help, I'll help you, Quinn.
I will.
Alrighty, we've got it in our pan. And now it's going to go in the oven for 350 for 25 to 30 minutes.
360.
Actually, it says 350. 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. Or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. You cool it for 10 minutes before removing it from the pan, and you put it on a wire rack. This is supposed to be like a little dessert bread kind of thing. So the next one we're going to try is another kind of bread with a different kind of unusual ingredient in it. Okay, our other bread we're going to try today is called peanut butter bread. I'm not sure about this one either. From what I've read, it's kind of like a denser, more dry, muffin-like kind of bread. These are the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need flour, sugar, salt, baking powder. Oh, I'm glad I said that, because that's baking soda. We sure don't want baking soda. I'll go get the baking powder. And you need milk and obviously peanut butter. All right, now I got the baking powder. And a loaf pan you'll need, and cooking spray to spray your loaf pan. This one makes a big one. The ice cream bread we made only makes like a 2-serving bread. This one makes a bigger one. So we always use a sifter when we mix our dry ingredients. You do not have to do that. You just kind of mix your dry ingredients together. So we're going to put 2 cups of flour in the sifter. We already had that measured out. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar to our sifter. And we just do that just so we can kind of mix our dry ingredients. Quinn's going to do a scoop of, a 1/4 cup scoop of the sugar. Then we need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. Baking powder, not baking soda, like I almost did. 4 teaspoons. That one. And from what I read, a good way to use this bread when it's made is maybe for French toast, or to toast it just with butter on it, or toast it with, since it's peanut butter bread, maybe some Nutella or some marshmallow fluff or strawberry jam. So some ideas to use it. And a 1/2 teaspoon salt goes in our sifter. And we're just going to mix up those dry ingredients then. All right, Quinn mixed our dry ingredients, and now she's adding 1 1/3 cup milk. And she's going to mix that around with a wooden spoon. And then we have that mixed in. Then we're going to add the 1/2 cup of peanut butter. And I learned this a long time ago when I was in home ec class in junior high. My home ec teacher taught me that as I bake or cook, as I use that ingredient, we put it away. That way, if there's anything left out, we know that, oops, we might have missed adding it in. So if you notice, we did put our flour and we put our sugar, baking powder, and salt away so that that's out of the way and we know we already got it in there. This looks like it might be tricky mixing that flour in there with the and the milk. Alrighty. Actually, it wasn't as hard. I don't think that's going to work. You need a spatula, babe.
I'm trying to get as much as I can out.
A spatula or a spoon. This is a 1/2 cup of peanut butter we're adding. And then we're going to combine all that. And then put it in a greased loaf pan and bake it at 350 for 1 hour. Alrighty, now she's mixing the peanut butter in. This looks a little more tricky than mixing the milk in with the flour.
It is.
Looks pretty cool, all swirly. But,
Looks sort of like ice cream.
It does. Thinking we gotta really get the peanut butter mixed in though. You. Alrighty, we got it in the pan. Wish us luck. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll take some into Melissa at the library and Miss Kathy and Darlene and Miss Bonnie and make them taste it. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.